Today I'm going to show you how to make something. It's along the lines of my handmade or homemade laundry soap, but this is for the dishwasher. I have been using these stinky things. I have a couple packages here of this dishwasher tablets, and they stink. To me, they really have a very strong odor. It almost smells like burnt electrical wires or something. It's weird. And I'm sensitive to odors. I don't want that smell in my house, and it lingers. So, luckily, at the bin store, I found some natural dishwasher tablets that were unscented. Perfect. And I'll just show you. I have this jar that I saved. It was a pasta jar, but I put this very professional looking label here that says dishwasher tablets. So I only have this many left. One complete one, and then another one. It's broken in half, and there's this, some of it's kind of just looks like sugar. So I have two more loads here I can do in my dishwasher. So I thought, well, I'll buy some new ones, like brand new retail, not from the bin store, costing $1, which is what these were. And I've been looking for more, but I haven't seen any. I would snap them all up. But I decided, I make my own laundry soap. I bet I could make my own dishwasher soap. And I can. I'm going to show you. It only takes 4 ingredients. I looked up a bunch of recipes or, how to do this online. And I decided to use kind of a combination of what I had on hand. I always like to use what I have without having to go buy more if I can. So let's go in the kitchen and I'll show you. There are 4 ingredients, and this is just one recipe that I kind of put together from watching all kinds of other videos. It's going to take 1 cup, I already have it measured out here, of Epsom salts. And this one is scented. It's bergamot and sweet orange essential oils. And I really like the smell of this, so I figured that'll be okay. I wanted unscented, and I will probably buy some Epsom salts for that purpose that are unscented. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and use the scented. Put those right in there, and I'm going to break up those clumps. Okay, so that's 1 cup of Epsom salt. You could also use a coarse salt like kosher salt, or another kind that isn't just table salt. But this is what I had, so that's what I'm using. And super washing soda. I use this for my laundry soap, 1 cup. So I'm just going to pour it in here. Okay. And I put a towel down because this stuff, it's like glitter. It's going to get everywhere. And this is another laundry soap item that I use, borax, laundry booster and multi-purpose cleaner. So 1 cup of that. And this always kind of clumps up. I'm going to have to hit it. Okay. This stuff clumps up. I'm just going to set the cup in the bowl. There we go. There's a cup. Okay, I'm going to pour that right in there. And now I'm going to mix these dry ingredients together. Just give them a good stir. That looks pretty good. All right, the final ingredient is vinegar. You could also use lemon juice, but vinegar's cheaper, I think, and I have this big old thing of it from Costco. It's a gallon. So you only need 1/4 of a cup. And this is going to make this fizz. I'm sure it is. there's 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to pour this in here. You ready? Oh yeah. Do you hear it? And then you mix it together. And that doesn't seem like very much liquid. So we'll see. But what I'm supposed to do is mix it together, and I put on rubber gloves, these plastic latex glove things, because the borax is kind of, you know, strong. So I'm just going to mix it together. And this is not going to clump together, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Like I said, I've never made this before, so I'm going to add another 1/4 cup. And then I need to put it in molds. That's clumping better. And if it falls apart, I could even just, you know, scoop it out. But I think it'll clump up and harden from what the recipes that I found online said. So you need to let it dry after you've put it in molds for 12 to 24 hours. So I'm going to go ahead. I have these little containers. I keep them when I go out to eat or something. And I'm just going to put some in there. Just like that. There's 3. So those are all filled. Now I have this ice cube tray that I never use, and I was thinking I could put 2 in per slot. Like 1 here and 1 here, leave a little gap, or even if it fills it up, I could break them in half. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, here's what I ended up with. I did the 6 little containers, and I think those are a good amount. These in the tray, I will let them dry and break them in half and use half of one, you know, like there or there. And then I found this little cardboard container, and I just put the rest in there, and I'm gonna let that dry, and I will just chunk it up into pieces. It doesn't have to be, you know, a little tablet. It'll be fine. It's gonna get dissolved in the dishwasher anyway. So these have to dry and set and harden for 12 to 24 hours. So it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. So tomorrow morning I will check these, and if they aren't hardened yet, I will wait until about 1:30, and hopefully they'll all be hardened by then. We'll see, but I think this is cool. And you know, they have powdered dishwasher soap, you know, the kind that you scoop out or pour into the container in the dishwasher. So this could be used for that too, but I have a feeling it's going to harden, and so I can't keep it just loose. I need it to be something I could chunk up, kind of like brownies or something right here. So we'll see tomorrow how this works out. Okay, it's the next day, and my dishwasher tablets are dry. Here's one in the little plastic molds. I'm just going to pop it out just like that. And it crumbled up a little, but that's okay. This is kind of big. I may break these in half. And they're all just coming out. They hardened overnight. So here they are. And then I'm going to try popping out some of these from the ice cube tray. And I'll put them on this little platter. They're very crumbly, but there you go. This is one of the slots, so I can use one and another one. and there's a lot of crumbs, but I think that's okay. I will just, you know, dump that in the bottom of the dishwasher. It'll still do the job. And then this little brownie pan, as I call it, it's not a brownie pan, it's just a little cardboard container. I'll probably just put this in a plastic bag, and then when I've used up all the rest of these, I can chunk it up into pieces and just use a little, piece, throw in the dishwasher. So I'm going to use one of these today in my dishwasher, and I'll let you know how it works. I bet it'll work just fine. The moment of truth. Did my dishwashing detergent that I made work? I'm going to open the dishwasher. Let's look at this bowl. See what happened. It looks pretty clean to me. I had a pan down here that I had some refried beans. Looks like it cleaned it. It's kind of stained. That's always how it looks. So it got that clean. Let's look at some silverware. Oh, there's a little bit of avocado right there on that spoon, and that's my fault. I probably let it dry on there. It dried, and so I should have soaked it. Anyway, that's kind of common, so I'm not going to count that against it. Here's a coffee cup. Looks good to me. I would say my homemade dishwashing soap did a good job. Typical. Like I said, I should have soaked that spoon and gotten that avocado off of there because it probably dried. And, things like that get stubborn. My own fault. And I'm noticing I don't have that weird electrical burning smell that I get with those commercial ones, and the natural tablets I was using, never gave that scent off either. And this, even with the scent in it, I don't really smell anything. So the Epsom salts, even though it was scented, didn't really impart a smell onto my dishes or to my house, which is great. Let me know if you'll make your own dishwasher detergent. This didn't cost very much. I had the items on hand, but to price it out, I would guess maybe $2, $1.50. All of that stuff isn't very expensive, and there's a lot of it, so it goes a long way. But I was pricing on Amazon retail to buy the little tablets for about 60 of them. It was close to $20. There were a few that were cheaper and some that were more expensive, but $20 was the average. And this, it didn't make 60. It probably made, I don't know, I'm guessing maybe 30 or 40 tablets. I don't know what I'll get out of it. But for $1.50 or $2, it's a better deal. And it was easy. I like making stuff. It's kind of like crafting, I guess. I like doing this kind of thing. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.